Sport.
Brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were pushing, I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in there. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like boom. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, they be taking ISO. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro, facts. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing, yo. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Cars were always part of me, again you can say. I love building them, racing them, and proving them of course in the racetrack. So as young as 16, 17 years old, me and my brother, we would help each other build cars. He was my competition actually. Then eventually I started taking the racing to racetracks and other different disciplines, and I fell in love with drifting. And yeah, but initially I started off drag racing, then I started off circuit racing. I started drifting 2006, 2007. My kind of driving is I try to find my comfortable spot, then I try to push and push and push. Obviously in drifting there are clipping points that are sometimes the wall itself. So initially I try to get comfortable with the car, then I push. So worst crashes, probably breaking a bumper, slamming the rear bumper. That's about it. Well, we were already, all these cars here today, we were already prepared a week before. So the cars are all in good shape. Driftmob. So Driftmob is actually Australia based. So it started as a drift club in Australia. So started with my friend Sam and my brother Tom. So eventually we carried the name out to the Philippines, and we are still part of the Driftmob Australia. So we are still active. Many other guys in the drift mob, I'm not quite sure if they're still, but my brother, me, and Sam are still active drifting. So we also bring in a lot of parts from just Driftmob Australia to the Philippines as well.
I didn't drink last night, so that's a good thing. Most of my preparation is all mentally, believing that I could do my best, and I did everything that I can to make sure that I do my best today. And I think that we have practiced enough and prepared mentally and physically enough to, as I said, do our best today. So I've been in drifting for about 3 years, and I've been professionally competing for around 2 to 1.5 years in between, on and off. Yeah, I have the heart. I have the heart to win, but you know, there's so many factors that we have to think about when it comes to drifting, and this is the love of the sport. I mean, it's the passion that drives us. So winning or not, at least we have the heart to race.
After I did time attack for about, I believe, 4 years. I started doing time attack when I was 16, and then I switched to drifting when I was around 20. Okay, my first crash, I was 18 years old, and I was doing time attack, and I went off course, and I hit this mountain of dirt, and you know, it was a big experience for me because I wanted to give up, because I've never been in an accident on the street. So for me to crash at a race, it was kind of a shock to me because my first crash ever. But we got the car fixed, and then the next day I was able to race, and I think I placed second that race. Drifting I've been in since 2010. Yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. So yeah, I've been into drifting 2010, but I've been in the motorsport since like 2005 or 6. Preparation today is very simple for me because thankfully for John Boban, they prepare the car, they bring all the tires, so I pretty much just arrive and drive. Last year's event, I flew in from California, but this year's event, I actually live here now. I live in Abra, which is up north, so not a lot of preparation other than having to get travel passes and stuff like that because it's very hard to leave the province I'm in. So.
Like water, so I'm going mainstream.